Live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria, watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus will be on the southeastern region. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top story making the rounds at the moment. Now, it's another International Workers' Day, one set aside to spotlight the hard work and sacrifice of an average worker. And as we mark the day here in Nigeria, we examine the challenges faced by everyday workers, caught between rising costs and limited income, struggling to keep their homes afloat. Now, this special report takes us to two families to see how they are navigating economic challenges.
From the southwest to the northeastern part of Nigeria, the economic reality tells a similar story. Survival is becoming increasingly difficult.
Okay.
Here in Benin City, the Edo State capital, meet the Ogu family of 5. Mr. Harrison and Mrs. Justina Ogu are civil servants at the federal and state levels. They say their monthly salary each is slightly above 100,000 naira as middle-level workers in the civil service.
The economic situation of the country is biting so hard, especially on civil servants. Because myself, I'm a level 8 officer with a salary of about 100 and something. My wife is also within that range. So putting together, you are buying fuel at 1,300. Let's assume the rent is in between the range of 500,000. Put that together cumulatively at the annual figure, you see that what we are earning cannot commensurate to the expenses.
Mrs. Justina Ogu has also converted a section of their rented apartment to a stall.
You see what I'm doing now? I choose to have extra also to my salary, which I sell these foodstuff items to help the family, to feed the children. If the father does not have, the mother should have. That is the essence of extra also.
The couple calls on government to, among other things, increase workers' salary annually, ensure proper regulation in the various sectors, including education and transportation.
It's not all about increasing salary. If you're increasing salary and the price of food keep increasing, where are we? Inflation will be going higher. So I think that the government should bring the price of foodstuff down.
It's a similar story in Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria, which is hundreds of kilometers away from the south. Victor Adeyemo, a civil servant who lives with his wife and 2 daughters in a suburb within the state's capital, runs a small patient medicine store business. Despite his hard work, life has become increasingly difficult.
You are not doing as if you don't know how to pronounce it.
He explains that the cost of food in the market has risen significantly, making it hard for him to afford even the basic needs for his family.
All this while it has been good because, before you had to, we used to eat 3 square meal. Now we have to cut down the eating back. You get it? We had to maybe 1.5 or 1 square meal a day. And in that process now, everyone will find a way to say, yeah, go and drink water. Take, plenty water. And honestly, like I said, you just have to cut down the means of your expenses. Either eating twice square a day or once.
Security is another pressing concern as Victor worries about the safety of his family, especially when traveling or going to the market. Mr. Adeyemo appeals to the government to urgently implement policies that will reduce the price of food and fuel and ensure that stronger measures are put in place to improve security across the state.
In time of security, you understand, they should train more men. They should train more men that will look into this security. It may not be a military or paramilitary. Even civilians, they are ready to give information as long as government is going to cover them.
As the country marks May Day, the message is clear. Nigerian workers want more than symbolic celebrations. They are calling for practical solutions, a living wage, stable prices, and policies that translate into real economic relief.
start off in Anambra State, where the Vice-Chancellor of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Professor Kate Omenoga, has reaffirmed the institution's commitment to strengthening diplomatic alliances and global engagement to advance the academic development of the institution. She made this known during the university's Founders' Day event and the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu Memorial Lecture held as part of activities for the 16th convocation ceremony, noting that the strategy is anchored on the university's core pillars of visibility, viability and value.
As part of efforts to deepen international collaboration, the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Anambra State, plays host to the European Union Ambassador to Nigeria, Gauthier Mignon, and the Polish Ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Sagan, as they participate in discussions on climate change, diplomacy, and academic innovation. The Vice-Chancellor highlights ongoing institutional efforts towards environmental sustainability, including structured initiatives and policies such as anti-littering and recycling campaigns within the university community.
But we need more people to know that when we talk about environment, for example, we expect students that they do not litter our environment. That anybody that litters the environment, if you drop your water, I'll send you on suspension. It's high time we began to groom ourselves to become people who are responsible.
In his presentation, Ambassador Mignon describes climate change as a pressing global challenge, advocating a triple transition approach of green, digital, and inclusive solutions.
Climate action is not just about promoting renewable energy or electric cars, which are very known features of it. It has a much broader scope, virtually encompassing all areas for production, consumption, and trade models.
Other stakeholders, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Bianca Ojukwu, make their contributions.
It is particularly significant at a time when the world is increasingly interconnected but with complex challenges, ranging from security concerns and economic uncertainties to climate change and shifting geopolitical dynamics. In this context, the role of diplomacy has become even more critical.
Oftentimes, when we speak about carbon neutrality, people think that it is zero carbon. I believe that when you counterbalance this with energy poverty in this part of the environment, therefore, we believe that the role we should play will focus mainly in carbon capture and the capture of the greenhouses and sequestration.
The Polish ambassador delivers a keynote address on academic exchange and innovation, with a focus on building innovative minds and fostering partnerships for shared prosperity.
Students and many African graduates that publish in Poland, that participate in the governance of this cooperation, because when we establish cooperation between universities, it's a true cooperation. We invite lecturers and professors to be on board, to co-design with us programs, how to develop and strengthen the cooperation.
The Vice-Chancellor then leads the ambassadors on a courtesy visit to Governor Chukwuma Soludo, where discussions focus on environmental sustainability and strengthening business and diplomatic relations.
They import goods into Lagos. People put up estimates, whether 25%, 30%, or whatever, want to be transshipped back to the southeast or so. These are people who are the traders, who do the importations and so on and so forth. And unlocking that particular port is going to be quite a major game changer for us.
For the visiting diplomats and stakeholders, the dialogue not only reinforces the urgency of tackling climate change through collaborative action, but also opens new pathways for knowledge sharing between Nigeria and the international community.
Staying in Anambra State, residents of Onitsha, Nkwele, Zonanka in Oyi local government area and Iyowa Odekwe in Ogbaru local government area have continued to celebrate improved infrastructure following the commissioning of key developmental projects facilitated by the senator representing Anambra North Senatorial District, Dr. Tony Nwoye. The projects include several reconstructed roads and 2 constructed modern shopping complexes, all aimed at boosting economic activities and improving the living standards of the people.
The federal government's constituency development efforts are bringing renewed infrastructure to communities in Anambra North Senatorial District. In inland town, Onitsha, residents joined Senator Tony Nwoye to commission the reconstructed Chukwurayenwu and Omodinzeku streets. 2 previously dilapidated roads now expected to ease transportation, improve connectivity, and boost commercial activities. The senator also inaugurates 2 modern shopping complexes at Oduaku, equipped with solar-powered motorized boreholes and sanitation facilities to improve access to clean water and hygiene.
He was at Onitsha North, Chukura Street. He was at the Army Barracks by Express there, lock-up shows. Now again, we are here in Onitsha South by Iboku Street, doing the needful by commissioning all these projects which have done. So I think he's doing marvelously well.
The commissioning tour continues in Oyi local government area, where the reconstructed Oze Nkwele Ezunaka Road, built with a double drainage system to tackle erosion and improve access, is unveiled. At Tomogba Phase 2 in Onitsha North local government area, the senator commissions Nise Road, explaining that the intervention is part of efforts to attract federal development projects to the district.
This is the first one, second one is coming. We're going to bring more. We're going to bring other infrastructure they need. So they are marvelous. Yes. And this is one of the biggest and oldest estates in the southeast. Omaba has been there for a long time. Yes. And it has a good security network. So people who are living here are very mature people. Peaceful, and I commend them.
Residents describe the intervention as long overdue.
It's unique because this road has long been abandoned, but our capacity Senator Tony Nwoye came to our rescue. At least this shows that we have a good relationship with him. He's human concerned, and he wants an economic development for our community.
I'm overwhelmed. Honestly, I'm happy. Senator has cleansed our tears. He has shown us mercy. Before, this road was very, very bad. But within some time, he gave his promise, he fulfilled it. So honestly, we, the residents of Nkwele Znaka, is very happy.
In Ogbaru local government area, the reconstruction of Iyowa Odekwe Road is greeted with jubilation as residents say the project will significantly improve daily life and commerce.
Honestly, it's a welcome development. For this single road he did for us, this entrance road from New Road, Iyowa, to if Tenasa Junction and to Ibekwe Junction. This is the most wanted desire of the Iyowa people. I thank him so much. I say that God will bless him, God will guide him, protect him, and give him his heart desire in trillion-fold.
The exercise rounds off with the inauguration of the Graceland Estate Road, also known as Fighter, as Senator Tony Nwoye reiterates his commitment to attracting more federal projects to communities in Anambra North.
You're watching Newsroom series on Channels Television. Right after this quick break, we'll bring you more stories making rounds within the southeastern region. Stay with us.
Health is wealth, and its value cannot be overestimated. That's why on Health Matters, we take the time to bring you the current trends in health, the public and private sector, primary and tertiary healthcare institutions, innovations and disclosures, from industry professionals with a view to keep you updated and informed. Health Matters on Channels Television, a network built on trust.
Welcome back. Now let's talk politics. The Ebonyi State Governor, Mr. Francis Nwifuru, has given an assurance that he will not impose any candidate on the people in the forthcoming 2027 general elections. He made this known during the ruling All Progressives Congress engagements meeting with the 3 senatorial zones in the state.
It's decision day for the Ebonyi chapter of the All Progressives Congress, as party faithful and supporters from Ebonyi North Senatorial Zone gather at the party secretariat in Abakaliki, the state capital, to deliberate on the nomination of candidates for the forthcoming 2027 general elections.
What we are doing here today is to unify our party members, is to speak to one another, is to discuss the affair of our party. And as the leader of the party in this great state, I am privileged to be here amidst this afternoon to discuss the affair of our party as it concerns the elections and it concerns the nominations of our candidates.
From Ebonyi North, Senator Peter Nwebonyi is unanimously endorsed for a second term. It's same for Ken Eze from Ebonyi Central and Chinedu Oga, representing Ikwa Eza South Federal Constituency, who is seeking a third term at the House of Representatives. However, stakeholders from Ebonyi South Senatorial District reject the nomination of Senator Anthony Ani, who is seeking a second term at the Senate.
Why should we appeal to that in silence? My question is, why should Ebonyi State have the worst? It's a question that I'm throwing back to His Excellency. We don't deserve this kind of senator. We don't deserve it. And we appreciate Your Excellency. Go back to the drawing board and give us what we deserve. We don't deserve this. I rest my case.
Addressing the stakeholders, Governor Francis Nwifuru gives assurance that he will not impose any candidate on the people, as he calls on aspirants to be mindful of their conduct and comments to avoid overheating the polity.
Open your hearts. Don't be rigid and don't be selfish. Be selfless in this decision, especially at this moment. Because it mustn't be you. If it is not you, it can be your brother. If you have been there and they say no, you don't need to go there again, you should take it. That has happened in Ebonyi North now. Our people have gotten to know their rights. They have gotten to know their importance. Especially in this administration that everybody is treated equal. So the advantage you have now is to open your heart and say something that is very unique, because nobody is here to impose a candidate to you.
The meeting is part of the ongoing consultations by the APC in Ebonyi State to foster unity and ensure a transparent candidate selection process ahead of the 2027 general elections.
Still in Ebonyi State, the federal government is collaborating with the state government and has commenced the distribution of 35,000 credit cards to vulnerable residents across the 13 local government areas of the state. The initiative is part of the federal government's renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu, which aims to empower residents and cushion against economic hardship. The distribution began with the Women Development Center in Abakaliki, the state's capital, led by the focal person for Social Investment Program and Commissioner for Human Capital Development and Monitoring, Mrs. Anne Aligwe, who explained that each credit card is preloaded with 35,000 naira, which will be disbursed in 3 phases, with beneficiaries expected to receive a total of 70,000 naira by the end of the program in May. Adding that officials from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction are in the state to activate the credit cards, noting that beneficiaries must present their national identification number for verification purposes.
What's going on today is that His Excellency, our dear Governor, in conjunction with our President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is really touching the lives of the less privileged and the vulnerable people in Ebonyi State by distributing 35,000 credit cards to beneficiaries of social investment program. So today here we have the Afiko local government area. The card is being distributed local government by local government, ward by ward, so that we make sure that all the beneficiaries will be able to get their entitlement.
The Imo State's Governor, Hope Uzodinma, has called for stronger collaboration between government and the church as a pathway to sustainable development in Nigeria. The governor made this known at the Silver Jubilee celebration of the Catholic Bishop of Okigwe Diocese, Solomon Amatu, which held in the Immaculate Conception Cathedral, Okigwe. The governor emphasized that peace remains the bedrock for progress in the country. Our correspondent the Anambra State's Governor, Mrs. Noya Saludo, has opened up an avenue for 100 young women to be empowered in the first batch of Anambra's Skilled Ladies Training Program, targeted at fostering self-reliance and entrepreneurial rebirth. Rounding off the first batch training with a practical exercise in various locations in Awka, the state's capital, the facilitator of the program, Mrs. Amarachi Abraham, while extending gratitude to Anambra First Lady, notes that the vocational initiative is designed to equip women across the state with skills in traditionally male-dominated professions, which will not only make them stand out, but also generate resources for them to take care of their families and become more valuable in the society. The wife of the Anambra State's Governor, Mrs. Noya Saludo, is empowering women with technical skills traditionally dominated by men through her pet project, Healthy Living with Noya Saludo. The Anambra Skilled Ladies Training Program is designed to break professional stereotypes while equipping women with high-demand vocational skills for economic independence. The program focuses on 4 key areas: painting, air conditioner repairs and maintenance, solar and CCTV installation, as well as carpentry. After 4 weeks of intensive hands-on training, the beneficiaries emerge with practical entrepreneurial skills to help them thrive in the labor market.
So hand it over to her.
I was very happy when Mama Anambra called us, not just me, other ladies who are into fields that men are playing canes in, like solar, carpentry and all that. We were so excited because while we were training, we didn't get the opportunity to get people to sponsor us, get people to train us. So Anambra called us, she sponsored us, and she said that she wants us to train. She wants to empower Anambra ladies in skills that are male-dominated, like house painting. She wants to empower Anambra women. She believes in Anambra women, and she believes that there is no barrier or any impediment or any obstruction to any skill or any career a lady can go into.
I stayed more than 5 years without work. I was just sit at home mom. The only work I do is just give birth to children, take care of them, go to the kitchen, cook for them. But I come across this program online. I was very happy and I applied, and I was one of those. I was lucky to be choosing, and the program changed my life much because now I'm a professional painter.
Across other training locations, participants also learned the practical process of repairing and maintaining air conditioners, installing solar panels and CCTV systems, and practicing carpentry skills.
They are going to fix solar, they are going to connect CCTV for people, making sure that everything is standard. And with their level of perfection now, they can install a full system. They can rate a house according to the load there, and they will do perfectly well.
The program has been very impactful. Like, to tell you that I am standing here and I can connect battery to inverter and make it light up a house, I won't believe it. So it has been very, very helpful.
Thank you, Mama Anambra. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
The initiative is seen as a game changer, positioning women to thrive in professions once considered exclusively to men. And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom Series. For updates, kindly visit our website. That's www.channelstv.com. I'm Dominic Iwiwo.